Have you ever thought what would happen if you didn't have a job and only had the place where you live to make some money from? Or maybe you thought that you would simply love to work from home, or that you would like to have an extra income without a big initial investment. Well, if you have a home with a backyard and a basement, you're in luck. Worm farm and aquaponics. A worm farm is a great idea for a basement since the cool, dark conditions you will find there are perfect for the worms that produce vermicompost, the richest fertilizer Mother Earth has ever come up with. Completely unrelated to the worms you may get if you are not going to the boneyard carefully, earthworms such as Eisenia fetida or red wiggler and the Eisenia hortensis or dendrobaena or European nightcrawler will happily eat organic matter and poop out vermicompost. That stuff is so strong that you should mix it with soil before planting something in it. So in the beginning, if your basement is basically 4 walls with nothing in between, you may even try to do it by skipping the purchase of buckets, which is the most efficient way to do it, and you may just buy a big bag of grain is dirt cheap, soak it little by little very well, and dump it on the ground. Then order some thousands of worms and dump them on the grain. Then collect any greens from outside, soak them well in water to make sure they don't have any insects or eggs on them, rinse them and add them to the whole thing. Optionally, add a cardboard layer on top. With the bucket method, you basically drill holes to the bucket's top few centimeters for aeration. Add the soaked grains and greens mix without the cardboard and stack the buckets as high as you can. The obvious benefits of the buckets are that handling becomes much easier since you only have to manipulate one bucket at a time, and also you can have more volume of grain in the same surface area. The other investment you need to make is some plastic bags with a printed logo and product details on it, and a device that heat seals the ends of plastic bags, which probably costs about €10 or dollars. While the plastic bags will only cost because you probably need to order wholesale. But still, the cost won't be prohibitive for most people. I would say you can easily start with a small investment of about $1,000 or euros altogether, and expect to have made it back within a month. To sell your vermicompost, you can go 2 ways. You can either try to find some nurseries or any store that sells plants and talk them into buying your vermicompost, or you can advertise directly by using flyers and personal conversation to your neighborhood, since a lot of them will surely do one form of gardening or another, and will be buying compost anyway. Sell it to them as soil revitalizer, or a vermicompost that you will mix with your existing drained soil to turn into soil as fertile as normal compost, which, by the way, is not a lie. This stuff is so strong, and unlike compost, it will burn plants that you plant directly in it, as will any powerful fertilizer. When you start making some profit, invest in some IBCs and create an aquaponics system. Aquaponics are a great way for having your own fish and producing very nice vegetables with almost no wasted water, no extra needed fertilization other than the fish excretions that circulate in the system, and yields that reach 4 times the yields of growth in the soil, since aquaponic vegetables grow 4 times as fast. So in a small backyard, you can basically have the vegetable production of 4 small backyards, effectively quadrupling your growing space and your profit from vegetables. The vegetables can be sold in a farmer's market, or simply by talking your neighborhood into having them delivered by you multiple times a week, which they will love. And here is what makes this scheme really great. It is a perfect circle. The fish you should grow is tilapia. The only real input to your closed system will be fish feed, but guess what? Tilapia love to eat worms. In fact, worms are an extremely rich food in protein, and this means that your fish will have an unprecedented growth if fed with worms, with the addition of some herbal matter for a healthy and balanced nutrition. But tilapia eat almost any vegetation, so you can feed them even with most weeds for no cost. The synergy of a worm farm and an aquaponics system is so good, and as a cherry on top, when your tilapia are ready, you can make a nice profit by selling them to your local fish merchant or, even better, to your loyal neighbor customers. Thanks for watching.